Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I am Laure Bala Hassan. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, says the party will continue to abide by the rule of law in order to sustain democracy. The National Secretary of the party, Professor Wale Oladipo, gave the indication while reacting to the recent court order in Adamawa State. Ignatius Nkwo reports.
The National Party, PDP, Professor Wale Oladipo, says the PDP will continue to support the new governor of Adamawa State in line with the constitution. The secretary described the wide endorsement of President Goodluck Jonathan as an attestation of the good works of his administration and called on more support for the president.
For the first time in history, this country is on the path of development, sustained development. This man has shown that you can use power with the fear of God. That you don't have to oppress, you don't have to kill, you don't have to maim, you don't have to destroy before the will of God in your life.
I only wish to commend him and his sincerity.
Earlier, the national chairman of the PDP Councillors Forum, Onogu Collins, says their visit to the PDP Secretariat is to show more support for President Goodluck Jonathan come 2015. In Abuja, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Nigerians have continued to give kudos to the judiciary and the federal government for allowing the rule of law to prevail. A member of the Nigerian Bar Association, Onyekachi Ubani, gave the commendation while commenting on yesterday's ruling by a federal high court in Abuja over Adamawa State and immediate implementation of the judgment by the Attorney General. Jide Onifade reports.
Discussed was the ruling of the Federal High Court in Abuja delivered in favor of the former Deputy Governor of Adamawa State, James Ngilari. The ruling ordered the immediate swearing-in of James Ngilari as the substantive governor of Adamawa State. The ruling and its implication on the nation was examined. Kudos was given to the judiciary and government for the judgment and swift implementation of the court order.
We must insist on court orders being obeyed. If we say we are a lawful society, we are a democratic state and all that, practicing democracy, when the courts make a ruling and a judgment, it should be obeyed. Unless there is any contrary order from the higher court or the appellate jurisdiction, we must begin to emphasize that. And as I said earlier, we are highly happy. And I'm
Jide Onifade, NTA News.
The role of youths in engendering peace and development takes center stage as a group, Youths for Jonathan Transformation and Continuity, embark on sensitization visits. Correspondent Linda Okorie-Igwe reports that the group was at the Medical and Health Workers Union and the NLC Secretariat.
In line with its mandate, the Youth for Jonathan's Transformation Continuity of promoting the achievement of the present administration and the need for continuity, the national coordinator of the organization says there is need for consultation with all key stakeholders, including the civil society and the Nigerian Labour Congress.
We are here to consult you people on behalf of Mr. President and to let you people know that 2015 is at hand. And we believe that you people are a key stakeholder in contemporary Nigeria.
Endorse. Mr. President is a credible candidate. Under his leadership, for the past 4 years, this country has been able to experience a turnaround in all the sectors of the economy.
But this is the first time youths have been taken outside this country, at least for training and for them to take care of themselves.
The group also used the forum to commend the present administration's effort in the containment of the Ebola virus in Nigeria.
Swift reaction has been able to help us cope with the Ebola virus. And today, we are certified Ebola virus, Ebola-free nation. So Nigeria today is free.
Because every sector of the economy, you see that yes, there are changes, there are improvements. So I don't see any reason why anybody shouldn't be asking anybody what Mr. President has taught the lives of Nigerians in so many ways.
It is a well-known fact that most of the developed countries of the world have a result of the by their citizens. In this report, correspondent Adebola Brookslyn Sunday takes a look at autism to ensure overall development of Nigeria.
Patriotism involves the love for one's country and the readiness to defend it.
They should be proud of their country. Nigeria is a country with great possibility, and there are so many Nigerians out there doing wonderful things for the country. And I know that deep within the heart of many Nigerians, they really want to be patriotic. But the government also need to play their own part.
To respect our country, we should respect our national flag. You need to shun corruption.
We apologize. We seem to be having challenges from our Lagos Network Center.
On all sides, every part of this country. Different programs or problems in different areas. Northeast, the violence that is raging on there. Southeast, baby factories. Some other places, it's kidnapping, it's trafficking, it's prostitution. She is simply left behind. Now, there are so many challenges, but you have to start somewhere. And we're starting with education. The reason is this. If you can educate the girl child, and education means opening up someone to be able to actualize themselves, to be able to find information with which to live and contribute to the development of her environment. That's what we are looking at.
Girl child advocates set aside 11th October every year to creating awareness on the challenges facing the girl child and what role the society can play in enhancing their lives.
Only government's problem, it's everybody's problem, you and I included, the NGOs, civil society, the communities themselves. If we can do this, we would have solved 60% of our problems.
Jide Onifade, NTA News.
The National Hajj Commission has commenced the return airlift of the 2014 Hajj pilgrims today, Thursday. The first flight departed for Abuja shortly after midday with 496 Kogi pilgrims and 6 officials. About 76,000 pilgrims performed this year's Hajj from Nigeria. It is no longer news that the only road leading to NTA Lafia and some villages in the vicinity has suffered serious neglect, hindering movement of the people and goods, especially to the state capital city center. The situation is worse during the rainy season, as Abigail Bashir tells us in this report.
At the area, NTA News observed that the slopey road which leads to NTA, Bukan Ata and Agwadu villages was in a deplorable state and needed immediate attention. Most residents in the area, who are mostly farmers and NTA staff, could barely ply the road due to heavy rain, as they had to find another path through the bush to enable them scale through. Another worrisome situation is the wreckage caused by rainfall, which usually leaves the road in bad shape and slows commercial activities.
The key cardinal point that you consider is accessibility to the industry, and therefore the road becomes a very important integral part of development as far as we're concerned.
So it's a very strategic road, not only for NTA, but I think it will boost commercial activities also around this area. But we believe that His Excellency Umaru Tanko Al-Makura, who has on 1 or 2 occasions told us that he's going to do something about this, that he is going to fulfill his promise, his pledge, to fix the road for us.
Some of the villagers also called on government to look into their plight, as they have difficulties conveying their farm produce to the markets.
If you go down there again, but you see how people they are suffering there. You see how they even to trek with their legs have no problem. Some they fall for gram.
So far, 3 successive administrations have passed in the state with a promise to construct the road, which is yet to see the light of day. However, commuters are hopeful that the present administration will intervene before the next elections. In Lafia, Abigail Bashi, NTA News.
We now rejoin Demola in our Lagos Network Center for more reports.
Thank you, Laurie. You're welcome back to Lagos. Pharmacists have called for synergy among medical practitioners in the nation's health sector to boost the growth and development of healthcare delivery. The call was at a media briefing in Lagos to sensitize the public on the need to take proactive measures on health-related issues. Joy Ken Abakoya reports.
The briefing by the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria was to draw the federal government's attention to critical issues hampering the growth and operations of pharmacists in the country. The president of the association said critical infrastructure to meet drug dispensation expectation and usage should be put in place to assist in transforming the practice of pharmacy in the country.
These things would only bring a better value in terms of services to consumers of health. And that's what we're talking about.
Every profession evolves over a time, and pharmacy is not an exception to such an evolution. And what any profession wishes to do is to ensure that whatever positive evolution that takes place within its folds is imbibe such positive evolution and see how it can utilize it to better the offerings that that particular profession renders to its clients.
Other issues bordering on amendment of the circular on consultancy status, non-promotion of members, payment of arrears of specialist allowances, among other issues, formed the topic of discourse. The Pharmaceutical Society also asked stakeholders to acquaint themselves with the tenets of the public-private partnership to assist in building a sustainable health sector. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abakoya, NTA News.
The unusual traffic gridlock on the Ahmadu Bello Way on Victoria Island is now further compounded by failed portions on the road, especially on rainy days. In this report, Lynn Lenike examines factors responsible for this agonizing trend with regards to mishaps recorded as a result of deplorable condition of the road.
It's a road that remains very important for linking corporate business headquarters with public offices. But a bad portion of the road, which is directly in front of the headquarters of the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting Company, makes plying the road hazardous when it rains. 2 months ago, a major disaster was averted when a tanker loaded with fuel overturned due to the expanding ditch on that spot, which becomes a puddle. A fortnight ago, another truck overturned and the sun on board a distraction on the road. Worried observers say pressure on the road is at its peak, especially as work has resumed after the Salah holidays.
I got to Obalende, where they normally take us 100 naira. I got there, they said it's 250. I said, why? They said there is traffic along Ahmadu Bello Way.
The situation on ground now is bad because I have to drop here and then my car now have to go and turn to go and take another route.
Some experts suggest a reconstruction of the drainage system in order to contain the flooding. Expectations are reached that the relevant agencies will take steps to avert frustrations experienced by motorists and commuters. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
And that does it from Lagos. It's back to you, Laurie, for more on Nationwide. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Demola. Nigerian athletes and officials at various international competitions in 2014 have received varying cash rewards as the presidency hosts them to dinner. State House correspondent Shegun Laole reports.
They are the heroic sportsmen and women who made the country proud in the last 7 months, having participated in series of international competitions across the globe, alongside their handlers and team officials. 319 athletes. They won the different shades of medals in various championships. From the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, where Blessing Okagbari won 2 gold medals, to the African Senior and Junior Athletes Championship and African Youth Games in Gaborone. The FIFA female under-20 team, the Falconet, were not left out. From shooting to handball, karate to para-powerlifting, table tennis to weightlifting and wrestling, including handball and golf. It was a harvest of medals by the athletes. President Goodluck Jonathan will announce cash donations of between 2.5 million naira to 250,000 naira for the athletes and their handlers and other team officials, noted that since the last retreat on sport in 2012, things are getting better for the country in the sports arena.
Let me use this opportunity to assure all Nigerians that this administration is determined to ensure that every sector of our national life is given the necessary motivation with which to achieve set goals. Our nation comes first, and we as citizens must stand loyally in defense and promotion of our national interests. As we prepare for the 2015 All-African Games and the 2016 Olympic Games, I wish to enjoin you all to strive for excellence at those competitions and bring home glory and respect.
Both the Sports Minister, Tamino Danagogo, and the Director General, National Sports Commission, Benga Elegbeleye, said the transformation being witnessed in sports is due to the strategic investment. From the Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja, Segun Lawale, NTA News.
Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Time to pause for some messages. The news continues in a moment. Don't go away.
You are good luck to Nigeria. Good luck, Jonathan. You are good luck to Nigeria. Everywhere you go, you are good luck to the people. Continue your good work. Nigeria support you.
Excuse me. What people are looking for in Sokoto, we are having Sokoto. Good luck are what every parent and wishes speaking. In school, in business, in life. Everybody are looking for good luck. Every country are looking for good luck. In World Cup tournament, good luck. Or Louisa come back to life. Good luck. The schools are now breaking all over to betterment the future of Almajiris. Good luck. Our universities are properly funded. Good luck. My dear brothers of the North, are you seeing what I am saying? Agriculture are now walk over. That 33 modern dams are ready for farmers. Good luck. Fertilizers are purchased for almost free of charge. FOC. I am talking of power supply. That power reform are make steady supply of light every daily. Let us thank Chineke God for our good luck. Good luck continue for Nigeria. This message is brought to you courtesy Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria. Down for one vision, Nigeria.
Whether your need revolves around business or pleasure while in Abuja, the superb new Savannah Suites with innovative and modern luxury facilities in Area 3 is now providing a unique experience of hospitality in the FCT. It's a haven of peace and tranquility in our superior bedrooms and suites. The Chum Chum concept is still the best in town, dishing out mouth-watering recipes freshly prepared. Our bar is also stocked with your delightful usuals. Exotic venue for your conferences and other engagements. The Gwarinpa Savannah Suites is comfortable, calm and distinct. Visit us today or call 0803-502-1519 or 0805-362-9568 for reservations. Savannah Suites, a celebration of luxury and style.
Transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
Change is never easy. It was not easy for Dr. Martin Luther King when Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew transformed Singapore from third world to first world. It was not easy. They stoned him. It was not easy for Nelson Mandela.
I, Barack Hussein Obama.
It was not easy for Barack Obama. Nothing worthwhile ever is. Dr. Martin Luther King did it. Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew did it. Nelson Mandela did it. Barack Obama did it. Goodluck Jonathan is doing it. He is transforming Nigeria. Mr. President, keep doing it. We who are with you are so many more than those who are against you. A message from protectors of Nigerian posterity.
are watching NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.ng, or you can follow us on Twitter at NTA News Now, or you can like us on Facebook at NTA Network News. Stay connected on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Watch our live stream at www.nta.ng/live. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Has ensured the reconstruction of the Abuja-Lokoja Road and the East-West Road in Port Harcourt.
The standard gauge rail tracks from Abuja to Kaduna and Lagos to Kano indicate that our trains are coming back.
The second Niger Bridge in the southeast and the local Oweto Bridge in the north-central are in progress, thanks to Shorepy.
Shorepy's mass transit program has made transportation easier for Nigerians.
Shorepy has rehabilitated over 1,000 health centers across Nigeria.
Shorepy has provided mama kits to pregnant women, and polio is on the verge of eradication.
Shorepy has also ensured the provision of social amenities, and through its various training programs for young people, guarantees a better future.
Shorepy, delivering service with integrity. There is an Ebola virus epidemic in some West African countries. The Nigerian government wants you to be aware and watch out against the spread of Ebola in your community. Help keep our country safe and watch out for severe cases of fever, headaches, diarrhea, chest and abdominal pain, sore throat, cough, red eyes, and bleeding from the eyes, ears, and nose, especially when these symptoms are found in persons coming into Nigeria from other West African countries. Protect yourself. Wash your hands regularly with soap and running water, or use a hand sanitizer. Avoid contact with the blood, urine, feces, or saliva of animals like bats, monkeys, gorillas, chimpanzees, or infected persons. The Ebola virus is deadly. Don't catch it. Don't spread it. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information.
Welcome back. The Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu has lamented the current drumbeat of alarm over the nation's imminent demise, saying that Nigeria is destined to be permanent and indestructible. Senator Ekweremadu stated this while giving his perspective on key governance issues in Nigeria at the 54th Founders' Day lecture of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. National Assembly correspondent Adam
of this month. Interacting with the media, the Director General, National Center for Women Development, say the summit with the theme reinforcing the agenda for the girl-child education is unique in many ways to close the gaps for these groups in the areas of
the communities. Ask yourselves, what have you done? What are you doing? What can you do? The parents who encourage their children by saying, oh, look, so-and-so went to Italy, and they have built a house for their parents, and you have built nothing for me.
The center, she noted, intends to follow up on the summit convened by the Office of the First Lady and ensure the implementation of resolutions. In Abuja, Talati Ezerike, NTA News.
Free eye screening in Kaduna to mark World Sight Day, and Governor Yero submits letter of intent to seek re-election. Suleiman has the details from our Kaduna Network Center. You're on, Suleiman.
Thank you very much, Laure, and welcome to Kaduna Network Center. Nigeria youth have been advised to vote and not fight during the 2015 general election. This was the thrust of a youth non-violence voter education campaign held in Kaduna. Correspondent Tina Toro reports.
Usually marred by violence, causing wanton destruction of lives and property, with mostly youth at the forefront. With the 2015 elections around the corner, non-governmental organizations in collaboration with National Democratic Institute and the USAID have embarked on an awareness campaign tagged Vote Not Fight, Election No Be War, with youth as the target to bring to their attention the need for them to contribute positively to ensure a free, fair, credible, and non-violent election. Speakers at the forum, including a popular Nigerian musician, Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Two-Face, were emphatic on the need for youth to shun violence and embrace peace.
Every time election comes, it's being used as a tool for violence, but the people not bring, most of the time, is young people. By bringing yourselves together to agree that this is the way forward, the elections that we have in Nigeria is a platform in itself for achieving some of these objectives. We need to be part of the electoral process.
Some youths at the Interactive Forum pledged their support for a violence-free election come 2015 as they hope to participate. The non-violent campaign is to be launched in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country to ensure that young people are involved in the electoral process. In Kaduna, Tina Turu, NTA News.
Governor Mukhtar Molenyero of Kaduna State has submitted a letter of intent to contest for 2015 governorship election under the platform of the People's Democratic Party. The governor made the submission to the state chapter of the party in Kaduna.
The presentation of letter of intent to the chairman of the party to contest the forthcoming party's primary election, the governor said, is a response to calls by various political groups and associations, as well as people of the state. Based on the call made by people that are now interested in contesting, and that doesn't mean that I have declared, because this is just to show interest that I'm interested in contesting, and then when the time comes, I'll definitely declare for that. And from the leadership of the party in Kaduna State is an assurance to all contendants of free and fair primary elections at all levels. The party's primary is slated for November this year.
As part of activities marking the 2015 World Sight Day, the National Eye Center Kaduna is conducting a free eye screening and cataract surgery for hundreds of people with low vision and blinding diseases. Correspondent Austin Anyebe, who was at the center, reports.
To come up with a global action plans on how to battle eye ailments and to draw government attention to the 285 million people with low vision and 39 million blind worldwide.
The theme of the day is no more avoidable blindness, which means that eye ailments such as cataract, glaucoma, trachoma, refractive error, and childhood blinding diseases can be prevented. Opening gate to those with low vision at the National Eye Center paints a picture of desperate people who are visually impaired. This young woman, Miriam Adamu, told NTA News that she woke up one morning losing her sight, meaning some of the blinding diseases give no warning. This, however, implies that there is need for more awareness by eye health workers to prevent blindness. Chairman, Board of National Eye Center, Professor Chike Anibeze, and the medical director of the center, Dr. Godwin Adejo, echo this call at the Enlightenment Forum to mark the day.
Be surprised and marveled at the statistics of this issue of blindness and low vision and visual impairments. So I think the willingness is there, but the point is that we will increase the tempo of our advocacy.
Blindness burden or visual impairment burden depends on age, depends on many other factors. It's multifactorial. Within Nigeria, according to the various zones of the country, the value differs. But the most important thing is, which we always continue to sing about, is cataract load.
As part of the event, 40 people with cataract were performed upon free surgery, with more than 100 others to be provided free ocular glasses. The National Eye Center said, in line with its mandate, it will continue to strengthen the capacity of its workforce towards reducing cases leading to blindness by year 2020. In Kaduna, Austin Anyebe, NTA News.
From Kaduna Network Center is back to you, Laurie, for more on the Nationwide.
Many thanks, Suleiman. The chairman, PDP Governors Forum, Governor Godswill Akpabio, says the forum welcomes the newly sworn-in governor of Adamawa State following the pronouncement by the Federal High Court in Abuja. The governor made this known while speaking to State House Press Corps after an audience with the president.
What is happening in Adamawa is that the people of Adamawa are ready to receive any PDP governor that enters our fold.
Governor Akpabio promised to complete all ongoing projects in his state before his exit from office.
Did the groundbreaking ceremony for the International Stadium in Uyo, and the same president has fixed the 6th of November 2014 to commission the International Stadium in Uyo.
The International Monetary Fund Financial Stability Report has recommended that policymakers' work should help banks restructure while improving government's knowledge and oversight to the asset management sector. The report, released at the 2014 annual meeting of IMF World Bank Group in Washington, D.C., indicates that most banks in the advanced economies are not healthy enough to support global recovery. Correspondent Bosedi Adebayo has details.
In recent times, concerns have been raised about risk building outside the banking system as global regulators adopt rules to make banks use tighter lending standards and fund their operations with less borrowed money. In the 2014 Financial Stability Report, the IMF analyzed 300 banks in advanced economies around the world and found that banks, representing almost 40% of total assets, are not strong enough to supply adequate credit.
After having gone through the stage of stabilizing the banking system and then repairing balance sheets, banks now face a new challenge, and that is of adapting the business models to the post-crisis economic and market realities and also to the new regulatory environment.
At another forum, a panel of researchers and professors of economics examined the needed reforms to ignite and sustain job-rich and inclusive growth. The conclusion is that global growth is recovering from the Great Recession, but the outlook for job creation remains unsatisfactory.
If you don't look yourself in the mirror and say this is what we need to do as a country, with our own effort, with our own resources, with our own people to develop, then I don't think any foreign answer will be of any use.
Rising income inequality across many economies is a significant concern. From Washington, D.C., United States of America, Bosedi Adebayo, NTA News.
Today is World Post Day. As part of activities marking the day, postal administrators in Nigeria take advantage to sensitize authorities and the public on the role of the post in national development. Ruben Okala reports.
When writing evolved in the human race, communications came into existence with China, Egypt, and Assyria, blazing the trail in about 4000 BC. In Nigeria, postal services were introduced in Lagos in 1852 by the British government, initially as part of the measures to enhance the efficiency of the anti-slavery trade. The post, however, became more visible in Nigeria at the amalgamation of northern and southern protectorates in 1914. Since then, postal services have continued to evolve.
Visual patronage in terms of writing letters, as we used to know when we were in secondary school, has dropped drastically, but then there is corporate patronage, and then there is also what we call e-commerce transaction.
I picked them from China, and I used to have some from UK too. So they just arrive and they text and call me that I should come and pick them. So you can see them in my hands now. They are very, very reliable.
And then some of us still see it as that same old chip of the block. So we still do it, and we'll still continue to do it.
NIPO says the need to improve on its various services remain a task.
The financial services and the logistics. You all agree with me that for us to have that, to have a number of trucks on the road, we need to have quite money that will be able to acquire these trucks and also insure them.
Postal activities have even stepped up with the information and communication technology age. Happy World Post Day. In Abuja, Ruben Okala, NTA News.
Good news for retiring civil servants in Edo State as Governor Oshomole approves new retirement law. Agatha is standing by from Benin. Hello, Agatha.
Hello, Laurie. Good evening and thanks for joining us in Benin. The Nigerian Navy is to strengthen facilities and manpower of the College of Engineering, SAPLE, to enhance its operations. Flag Officer commanding the Naval Training Command, Rear Admiral Godi Ayankpili, gave the assurance during an inspection visit to the college. Elizabeth Owotwoma reports.
Rear Admiral Ayankpili enjoined the officers and ratings to always uphold the integrity for which the Nigerian Navy is known. He assured them of the command's readiness to provide the necessary facilities to meet their training requirements.
I have altogether about 12 schools under the Naval Training Command. Some of them have to do with technical training, some have to do with medical training, some have to do with operational training, the seamen. So all this put together are the personnel that you have on board the platforms that we send out to sea, to combat the illegalities, I would say.
Commanding officer of the college, Rear Admiral Ayodele Yusuf, who pledged his commitment to the proper training of the young officers, requested for adequate funds to enable him realize the set goals of the college. The FOC was thereafter conducted ransom facilities of the college. From SAPLE, Elizabeth Owotwoma, NTA News.
Governor Adams Oshomole has modified the retirement law in Edo State, making the maximum age of 60 and not 35 years of service the condition for retirement. At a meeting with public sector union leaders, Governor Oshomole announced that the policy, which is to take immediate effect, is his independence anniversary gift to civil servants.
Explaining reasons for the decision, Governor Oshomole said the state civil service has lost hard-working people still mentally fit to continue working because of the 35 years peg for retirement. He said verifications already carried out have put age records of public servants straight, so there will be no need for the 35 years peg.
Government has decided to abolish this policy. These two public servants shall retire only when they have attained the age of 60.
Workers' union leaders commend the initiative. A permanent secretary in the State Ministry of Establishment and Special Duties, Alfred Olaye, is the first beneficiary of this new policy.
Component in the Nigerian university system wants greater involvement in policy making as the only way to solving some of the problems facing the nation's university system. This was the fallout of a meeting at the Ambrazali University, Ekpoma. Kelvin Iwunwaye reports.
Workers who converged on Ekpoma under the aegis of the National Association of Academic Technologists say the lopsided way of running the nation's university system is partly responsible for the retarded growth of the system. They want the issues of imbalance in remuneration, representation in council, and others to be addressed by the federal government to create a sense of belonging among all stakeholders, saying a national summit on education is long overdue.
Because technology today is about research and continuous study, so our members are very proactive.
Our responsibility is to carry out practical teachings and demonstration, and it's followed with experimentation, design, and grading follows at the end of the day.
The workers were at AAU Ekpoma for their 23rd National Executive Council meeting. In Ekpoma, Kelvin Iwunwaye, NTA News.
And that's it from Benin. Lores, back to you for the rest of News Nationwide. Good evening. Agatha, thank you. The transformation agenda on housing and urban development has risen to the challenge of reducing the huge housing deficit being faced by Nigerians through the provision of a number of policy interventions. This was the main thrust of the ministerial platform held today by the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. Mohammed Hamza Sheikh has details.
It is an open secret that Nigeria is facing a housing deficit of about 17 million units, and this figure is expected to increase by 6 million by the year 2020. The ministerial platform for the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, therefore, centered mainly on the efforts by the Jonathan administration to provide more houses to Nigerians and deflate this figure. Apart from adding over 43,000 units to the country's housing stock in the last 5 months, the ministry also generated over 8.1 billion naira as revenue and granted 3,798 certificates of occupancy. It is also rehabilitating all the 36 federal secretariats and constructing 6 new ones, while the Federal Housing Authority is being restructured for more efficiency.
The urban and regional development agenda is being pursued through such programs as slum upgrading, articulation of a national physical development plan, and the development of urban and housing indicators.
These achievements were not, however, without some challenges which are being tackled systematically. The ministerial platform, according to Information Minister, is a plus for the Jonathan administration as it has made ministers to work harder for the benefit of the country.
The mere fact that this session is free, anybody could ask questions and it is run live, has compelled all our ministers and all of us in cabinet to work harder. It has created healthy competition among members of the Federal Executive Council as we step out, yearly to speak to the people on records of our own achievements.
In Abuja, Muhammad Hamza Sheikh, NTA News.
Subcultural Network Center is next on Nationwide. Special focus on World Sight Day is one of the top stories. It's over to you now, Bashir.
Thank you, Laurie. Good evening and welcome. The Independent National Electoral Commission says only political parties with duly elected executives are eligible to field candidates in the 2015 general elections. Zamfara State INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner Jibril Ibrahim Zalewa stated this at the inauguration of the state chapter of the Inter-Party Advisory Council. Correspondent Jamilu Ibrahim Gusau has more.
The Inter-Party Advisory Council (IPAC) is a creation of the Political Parties Code of Conduct 2013, as endorsed by all the then political parties at a meeting held on 16th July 2013. Objectives of the Council include promoting inter-party dialogue among all registered political parties to ensure violence-free, fair, credible and transparent electoral process in the country. A delegation from the National Secretariat of the IPAC was at the Zamfara State headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct election into the Council at the state level. The election, conducted through a secret ballot system, was participated by representatives of 23 out of the 26 registered, after which the positions were announced.
We apologize. We seem to be having challenges from our Sokoto Network Center. And now sports. Nigerians have commended President Jonathan for rewarding the nation's gallant sports stars. Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi slams team's door shut on Spain-based Ikechukwu Uche. Mega veterans bring in German instructors to help build handball in Nigeria. Let's join Fisayo Ogunfuyi for sports updates.
Nigerians have commended President Goodluck Jonathan for the grand reception and cash reward given to the nation's sports stars. Some of them who spoke to NTA Sports said the nation's impressive performances in the past few years is as a result of the commitment of the present administration to sports development. They said the cash incentive will stimulate interest in the nation's teaming youths who are natural athletes.
What the president did is quite commendable. And I can tell he's going to encourage a lot of sportsmen. They are the ones that keep our flags flying in other countries.
As the Super Eagles head to Khartoum for the all-important AFCON qualifier against Sudan, football pundits clamoring for the return of Villarreal of Spain top striker Ikechukwu Uche to the Super Eagles may have to wait for a while longer if head coach Stephen Keshi's latest comments on Uche's continued absence from the national team is anything to go by.
We all play for this country for 20-something years. Nobody begged us to play. We were begging to play. So please Let it be the end today. Don't ask me about Uche.
Mega veteran handballers say to get handball back to its halcyon years, recorded in the 80s, there must be a total reawakening of the game from tactics, techniques to new rules. To achieve this, respected German Olympic Federation instructor Hans Peter and his team of instructors are in Nigeria to evaluate the know-how of the game's officials in an 8-day workshop in Abuja.
Is it a matter of the system having no grassroots system to bring people up? So this seminar will give some information.
The Mega Veterans Handball Association, organizers of the exercise, say the event will be organized regularly with sports news update. Fisai Ogunfui, NTA News.
And just before we go, remember, it is your right to challenge anybody suspected to be involved in unwholesome activities around you. Be security conscious. This message is from the Directorate of State Security. And that concludes Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Join us at 7 and 9 for more reports. Good evening.